Welcome to the session on ancient Indian life science. In this session, let us discuss about different aspects. So in the previous sessions, we discussed about the Vriksha Ayurveda and also about the agriculture in ancient India. So now let us see about the plant pathology in Vriksha Ayurveda. It's also one of the interesting topic, plant pathology in Vriksha Ayurveda. Protection of crops and other plants of economic importance from diseases and pests has always been a major task for the botanists and agriculturists. So since long ago, it was a major task for botanists as well as agriculturists, protection of the crops and other plants of economic importance. We have a lot of plants which are of the economic importance, which need to be protected for our benefits. And also protection of crops is also essential as it is a source of food. Although various fungicides, pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides are available nowadays, their use is not free from harmful effects. All of us know it. The use of pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, and insecticides have harmful effects. They are available nowadays. The recent studies also conclusively proved that use of these organic chemicals not only affects our environment, but it enters into the food chain and ultimately affect human health even. We have such examples of diseases like Minimata, which happen to be in Japan. Usually use of DDTs. And of course, even side effects of some fungicides, pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides are also known. So use of these organic chemicals not only affects our environment, but it enters in the food chain and ultimately affect the human health also. So it may be entering into the food chain through various, through the producers, it goes into the primary consumers and then to the secondary consumers. Like that, it goes into the food chain. And whenever we humans consume it, we are also being affected by them. It is therefore suggested nowadays that such chemicals should not be used at all. The effect of mercury also known. The effect of DDT is also known. In the backdrop of these developments, that is, such chemicals should not be used at all. In the backdrop of these developments, prescriptions of Vriksha Ayurveda can prove to be a boon for farmers and plant growers. We saw various prescriptions in the Poshana Adhyaya as well as in Chikitsa Adhyaya. They prove to be a boon for farmers and plant growers. Vriksha Ayurveda is an ancient and relatively lesser known literature which deals with the treatment of plant diseases by utilizing natural materials only. Today we have the organic manuring, organic farming like that. Even Vriksha Ayurveda also deals with the natural materials only. It uses only the natural materials. So according to this ancient science, most of plant diseases are because of disturbance in three constituents, that is three doshas of the living body, vata, pitta, and kapha. So correcting these three dosha, if any sama dosha, dosha should be sama in equilibrium. So correcting these elements can cure the plant diseases. So it's also being applied for the human diseases too, and even that is applied for the plant diseases also. Several recommendations have also been made, which mainly involve use of plant parts as decoction for treatment of diseases. Several recommendations have also been made, which mainly involve use of plant parts as decoction for treatment of diseases. As we human consume the plant products, it is herbal medicines. Even the plants are also being introduced for their own diseases. There is a reference of liquid manure known as Kunapajala, which is made of cow urine, cow milk, cow dung, and use of some plant parts. So this Kunapajala is said to be highly effective in improving growth and vigor of plants. Protection of, that is the practical recommendations of Vriksha Ayurveda, which needs attention of modern scientists. In the present era, environmental problems and ever increasing stress of organic farming, such ancient sciences can prove to be the better option. So plant pathology is also one of the important aspects which need attention nowadays. The plant pathology, it is what is being observed in ancient days. Of course, it is quite relevant even today, and we can have the practical aspects. If it is being studied, we have a lot of scope to have organic farming as well as the organic manure. And our lifestyle can also be eco-friendly. Then, as far as the ancient Indian life science is concerned, we know we are with nature. And how to cure nature or how to purify the nature, purification of the nature is also one of the important aspects. So in this case, Yajna therapy is found to be one of the major useful therapy. So Yajna therapy is studied in several places, and Yajna therapy is a science and its trace is found in Ayurveda. The regulations to be observed while performing Homa are the definite timings. So how to perform the Homa? Generally what the people will do. Jyoti, which deals with the light. So definite timings are more important. Definite timings for the performing the Homa is more important. Then Havana Kunda, in which structure it should be. Measurement of the Havana Kunda is also counts. Then cow ghee, grata, Samidhas. Then Homa Samagris, kindling the fire, recitations of the mantras. So these are important regulations which are to be observed while performing the Homa. Then there will be several questions as we are offering so many things to the Homa, whether it is a waste. It is not a waste, it is useful because a comparison between coal and wood on burning is being done. So it is said that as it is found in Yajna Vimarsha, the carbon output in wood is 48.51%, while in coal is 82%. Hydrogen is 6%, while in coal is 5%. Oxygen in wood is 43%, while in coal is 12%. Nitrogen in wood is 0.4 to 0.1%, while in coal it is 1%. So this comparison can also be more useful to us to know about whether Samidhas are useful. They are more relevant compared to the coal burning. And Samidhas, when they are mixed with the ghee and the ingredients what are being put to Homa, they will have a good effect on humans, on nature. They are human friendly. So wood used for Homa have the medicinal values. All of us knows it. All these types of wood, apart from having low calorific value, have medicinal properties too. Of course, every plant is having chemicals and it is having the medicinal properties. Especially those which are being used for the Homa, they are having medicinal properties, even if they are used in treatment in various aspects for treating different diseases too. Medicinal properties well documented in several scientific books on medicinal plants. Thus, the firewood used in Homa is not only low in calorific value, almost they are non-polluting, but produces medicinal substances to help us get rid of common diseases. So these plants which are being used in Homa, they are said to produce medicinal substances which are helping us to get rid of the common diseases. So they are more relevant and important. Then combustion in Homa, if it is being seen to this base fire, we add oblations comprising ghee, several herbal substances, which should be wholesome, that is health givers. They are antibacterial, they are aroma builders, that is disodorants and sweeteners. This is the benefit. Wholesome, that is health givers. They are antibacterial, they are aroma builders, that is deodorants and sweeteners. Then when we see the Samidhas which are being used for the Homa, Samidhas which are being used for the Homa. The 9 Samidhas related to the Navagrahas, Navagraha plants. They are used in Navagraha Homa also, referring to each Graha. So the use of these 9 plants, when it is used as a Samidha, is being mentioned in Vasishtha Yajna Pathati. In Vasishtha Yajna Pathati. Arkina Shayate Vyadhin Palashi Sarva Kamada Khadiri Tvarthala Bhaya Apamargi Cheshtavardhini Prajalabhaya Jashvathi Swargayodumbari Bhavit Shami Shamayate Papam Durva Dirghayurevacha Kusha Sarvarthakamanam Paramam Lakshanam Viduhu. This is how its Lakshana is being mentioned. Arki Nashayate Vyadhim. Arki Nashayate Vyadhim. Palashi Sarva Kamada. Palashi Sarva Kamada. Khadiri Tvarthalabhaya. Khadiri tu Arthalabhaya. Khadiri tu Arthalabhaya. Apamargi Cheshtavardhini. Prajalabhaya cha ashwathi. Swargayo dumbari bhavet. Swargayo dumbari bhavet. Shami shamayate papam. Durva dirghayurevacha. Kushaha sarvartha kamana. Etat paramam lakshanam viduhu. So Samidhas of that is wood stick or Samidhas of Arka are effective in warding of diseases. Arki nashayate vyadhi. Palasha is recommended for fulfillment of wishes. Palashi sarvakamada. It is recommended for fulfillment of wishes. Khadire to arthalabhaya. Khadira is used to get peace and prosperity. Khadira is used to get peace and prosperity. Khadiri to Arthalabhaya. Apamargi Cheshtavardhini. Apamarga, it increases our Ishta, our desires. Cheshtavardhini. Shami, Shamayate Papam. Shami is used for removing unseen problems. Shamayate Papam. Durva Dirghayurevacha. Durva. It is giving us dirghayu, long life. Prajalabhaya ashwathi. Ashwatha gives prajalabha. It gives it helps in continuation of the progeny. Swargayo udumbari bhavet. Udumbara to get the swarga. Kushaha sarvartha kamana. Kusha is for getting or fulfilling all our desires. So this is how its use or benefits are being mentioned in Vasishtha Yajna Pathati. So Navagraha plants, then what are the Navagraha plants? Here Navagraha plants, of course, we had already seen. And to which Graha, which plants? I mean these 9 Samidhas. Apamarga related to Buddha Graha, Arka related to Aditya, that is Sun, Surya Graha. Ashwatha is referring to the Guru Graha. Udumbara is referring to the Shukra Graha. Khadira is referring to Mangala or Angaraka. Darbha to Ketu. Durva to Rahu. Palasha to Soma, and Shami to Shani Graha. So this is how each plant is referred to particular grahas. So here in the picture you can see the structure, how the Navagraha Vana is being constructed. Here in the center you have the ashwatha, then sideways on 8 directions different plants being planted. So ashwatha sarva it is mentioned. Ashwatha is best among all the vrikshas. In Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna says. So planting ashwatha is said to be equal to having so many sons. And so let us have a discussion on ashwatha plant. What is ashwatha? So ashwatha is related to family Moraceae, having the botanical name Ficus religiosa. Its common name is people tree, commonly called in English as people tree. In Kannada, we call it as the Arali Mara or Ashwatha Mara. In Sanskrita, it is called as Ashwatha. So it is found growing in tropical and subtropical regions up to 1,500 meters above the sea level. Among the Navagrahas, it is sacred to the Jupiter or the Guru Graha. So this is the Ashwatha plant. You can identify the Ashwatha leaf like this. So it is very easy to identify the Ashwatha leaf. This is the Ashwatha fruit. The Ashwatha tree, it is a big tree. Of course, it will be planted on the roadsides for getting the shade. For getting the shade also it is being planted. Then about the chemicals present in this plant, analysis of the dried fruit give albuminoids, fatty matter, carbohydrates, coloring matter, silica and phosphorus. The leaves contain protein, fiber, lime, phosphorus. Leaves contain protein, fiber, lime, phosphorus. Latex contains caoutchouc. The bark contains tannin. So these are the different chemicals what is being observed in ashwatha. All parts are useful in diseases of blood, uterus, burning sensation, ulcers. All parts of plant are useful in diseases of blood, uterus, burning sensation, ulcers. The bark water extract is anti-ulcer, astringent and antibacterial. It is aphrodisiac. Aqueous extract is antibacterial against Staphylococcus aureus and E. coli. Is also useful in dysentery because it is antibacterial against Staphylococcus aureus and E. coli. The leaves are astrogenic, aborticide. Aqueous extract is antifungal and tender shoots are purgative used in dermatitis. Fruits are laxative. Dried fruit powder is useful in asthma and conception. Seeds are laxative. Latex is good for neuralgia and hemorrhages. So this is how this ashwatha is also used in curing various diseases. So it is not only ashwatha sarva, it is useful in treatment of several diseases as we have observed now. It is having a sacred value also. It is being offered, the leaves are offered to the Lord Ganesha. In different vratas it is being offered. It is offered to Lord Ganesha, Shiva and Narasimha. The tree is held sacred to the Lord Vishnu. There is a shloka which says, Vriksha Ayurveda Namaha Mulato Brahma Rupaya Madhyato Vishnurupine, Agrato Shivarupaya, Vriksharajayate Namaha. So it's Mula, in its root, it is said to, the Brahma is said to reside in the Madhya Bhaga in Kanda, the Vishnu is said to reside, and Agrabhaga, Shiva. So Trimurtis are said to stay in this tree. That means this is having a lot of sacred value. So it is also sacred to the planet Jupiter. There is Guru Graha and Dhanu Nakshatra. So ashwatha is one of the important tree. So like this, you can see the explanations for even other plants which are related to the Navagrahas. All are important. Since ashwatha is said to be more important, I have given one instance how it is useful and different aspects like its botanical status, then the plant, how the plant is, then the chemicals present in that, and also its uses, its benefits as far as the modern science is saying, and also it is being offered to various deities. So in the same way, you can see the same explanation, the same kind of explanations are also available for other plants also. Now let us see since plants are more important to the human being, the concept of desha is also more important. We've already seen the desha in Vriksha Ayurveda. That is on the basis of the characteristics of soil, water, aeration, types of plants and animals are observed. On the basis of the characteristics of soil, water, aeration, types of plants and animals observed. So three kinds of desha, that is Jangala, Anupa, Sadharana. Jangala, Anupa and Sadharana. These are the three kinds of desha. On the basis of predominance of Mahabhuta, we have Parthiva, Apya, Tejasa, Vayaviya and Akashiya. Parthiva, Apya, Tejasa, Vayaviya and Akashiya. So we have Prithvi, Earth, Teja, Vayu, Akasha as a Panchamahabhuta. So on the basis of the predominance of Mahabhuta, it is divided like that. Parthiva, Apya, Tejasa, Vayaviya and Akashiya. So like this kind of desha. Then we had already seen the plants are useful to humans. They are used for medicinal purpose. They are used for curing different diseases. Then collection according to the maturity of the plant. The collection to be done according to the maturity of the plant. It was also very nicely observed by our ancient Indians. In a survey, it was reported that variation in the ratio of hyoscine, hyoscyamine, depending on the maturity of the plant, the Dura stramonium from which it is obtained. In the immature plant, the ratio is 80:20, while in mature plant, it is almost reversed to the extent of 30:70. So depending on what kind of treatment you need, we have to consider based on the ratio, what kind of chemical is needed for treating which kind of disease. Based on it, it is to be collected. Collection according to the maturity of the plant. Then collection according to the specific part of the plant. In particular plant, particular part is being collected for particular treatment. Heartwood, it is called as Sarabhaga. In Asana, that is Pterocarpus marsupium, Khadira, Acacia cutitum, Chandana, Santalum alba, etc. Heartwood is collected. Then in ashwatha, nimba, ashwatha, that is Ficus bengalensis. Sorry, ashwatha is Ficus religiosa. It is not Ficus bengalensis, it is Ficus religiosa. Then Nimba, Azarrecta indica, Twig, Cinnamon zeylanica. In this twig, its bark is being used for medicinal purposes. Then Phala, fruit in Amalaki, Amalica officinalis, Draksha, Vitis vinifera, Haritaki, Terminalia cebula. Here fruit is used. Then Patra in Talisa, Avis Viviana, Tamala, Cinnamomum tamala, Marcantica, Cassia, angustifolia, etc. Patra leaf is used. Pushpa, flower in Dhataki, that is Olfolia fruticosa, Madhuka indica, Madhuka, Kamala, Nelumbo nucifera, etc. Flower is used. Pushpa Kalika, that is flower bird. Kalika means flower bird. In Lavanga, Syzygium aromaticum, that a flower bird is used, that is Pushpa Kalika. So like this, collection is done based on specific part of the plant being used for the treatment. It may be the hardwood, it may be the bark, it may be the fruit, it may be the leaf, flower or flower bud or latex, stem, gummy resin, tuber, rhizome, root, or as a whole plant. Latex of Snuhi, that is Euphorbia, Erifolia, Urca, Calotropis are used. Then Kanda, stem of Guluchi, Tinospora cordifolia is used. Guluchi, its stem. What is a whole plant is used for making kashaya. It's very good for fever also. The name is Guluchi or Amrita. It is like Amrita, nectar. Viryasa, Hingu, Ferula, Narthex. Then Gugulu, Comifora Mukul. Kanda, there is tuber or rhizome in Varahi Kanda, there is Dioscorea parvifera, Haridra, there is Curcuma longa. Then Mula, root in Ashwagandha, Vidania somnifera, and Punarnava, there is Varavia diffusa. Then Panchanga, that means whole plant, Panchangas, all the angas. Then Vrindaraja, Agrippta alba, in Apamarga, Acaranthus aspera. The whole plant is used. So like this, collection according to the specific part of the plant is also being observed. So collection may be through the hardwood or bark or fruit, leaf, flower, flower bud, latex, stem, gummy resin, tuber, rhizome, root, whole plant. That is collection according to the specific part of the plant. Then collection of plants as per the season. Based on the season also, plants are being collected. In Varsha and Vasanta season, branches are collected. Varsha Rutu, Vasanta Rutu. In Varsha Rutu and Vasanta Rutu, leaves are collected. Shirisha and Grishma, roots are collected. Shishira and Grishma, Shishira Rutu and Grishma Rutu, roots are collected. Sharad Rutu, stem bark. Then tubers and rhizomes also in Sharad Rutu, and latex in Sharad Rutu. In Hemant Rutu, hardwood is collected. According to the flowering season of the specific plant, the flowers are collected because flowers have their own specific flowering season based on which flowers are collected. Fruits are collected according to the fruiting season of the particular or specific plant. Then whole plant can be collected in Sharad Rutu. In Sharad Rutu, whole plant is collected. So this is how collection of the plants are being done as per the season or collection according to the specific part of the plant or collection according to the maturity of the plant. Collection according to the maturity of the plant. So this is how it is collection according to the maturity of the plant, collection according to the specific part of the plant, collection according to the season. So in this way, the plants are being collected for human benefits or treatment purposes. So it's already mentioned that The plants are also having Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and they are also having Panchabhutas. They are also composed of the Panchabhutas. So, relation between 5 elements and 3 basic energies. We have the 3 basic energy, that is potential energy, thermal energy, and kinetic energy. Potential energy, thermal energy, and kinetic energy. Potential energy, of course, it may be compared with kapha. It is a combination of earth and water, combination of earth and water. Thermal energy, it is referring to the pitta. It is nothing but the fire. It is Agni Tattva. Potential energy, kapha, is of Prithvi Tattva and Jala Tattva. Then kinetic energy, vata, it is of Akasha Tattva and Vayu Tattva. Kinetic air plus ether. Air plus ether, kinetic energy, fire, thermal energy, earth plus water, potential energy. So this is how we can have a comparison between 5 elements and 3 basic energies. See how the ancient people, they have a thought process about the nature and how it can be used for our benefit. This is the way how they had compared between 5 elements and 3 basic energies. So 3 doshas, as all of us know, kapha, pitta, and vata. In different positions, they are dominant. So if kapha dosha is out of balance, then physical, so then there will be some disorders. So when everything is in equilibrium, then one is called as a healthy. There is samadosha, samadnischa, samadhatu, malakriyaha, prasanna, atma, indriya, manaha, swastha iti avidiyate. One is called as swastha when all the 3 doshas are in equilibrium, when Agni are in equilibrium, dhatus are in equilibrium, then atma, indriya, mana is calm, prasanna. Then it is called as swastha. Then an individual is called as swastha iti abhidiyate. So that is about the lakshana of swastha. This is how we can see different aspects of ancient Indian science. And also some other scientific informations are also available, such as about the motion, sanyoga vibhaga veganam karma samanam, gurutva prayatna sanyoganam utkshepanam, mani gamana suchyabhi sarvanam adrishtakaranam. About the motion. Motion is a cause of conjunction, disjunction and velocity. It is against gravity, that is due to effort, and conjunction is the effect. Motion of precious stones and compass nail is due to invisible cause. So these things are being observed in Vaisheshika Darshana about the motion, chalana. Sanyoga vibhaga veganam karma samanam, gurutva prayatna sanyoganam utkshepanam, mani gamanam sutyabhisarpanam adrishtakaranam. System for generation of energy through motion or continuous rotation of shafts, wheels, or wedges is called a machine. What is machine is also being observed in those days. And we can see some of the vehicles in ancient India, how they explained it. Jale nauke vayanam syat, bhumiyanam ratham smritam, akashe agniyanam cha, vyomayanam tadevahi. Transportation on land, transportation on water and air. Ships play on water. Jale naukeva yanam syat. Bhumiyanam Ratham, vehicles moving on ground are called as chariots. Those moving in the sky are called as space vehicles, which are propelled by Agniyanam, that is propelled by fire. So this shloka from Bhrigu Samhita, it confirms us that they had the knowledge of these vehicles. Then Yuktikalpataru, it is mentioned that Nasindhugadya Hatiloha Bandhana Talloha Kantai Hriyate Hiloha Vipadyante Tena Jaleshu Naukaha Gunena Bandham Nijagada Bhojaha. So in Yuktikalpataru, Bhoja says that no iron should be used in joining the planks in the bottom of a ship. So ship construction was explained in that. It is explained in Yuktikalpataru, wherein he says iron should not be used in joining the planks in the bottom of a ship, because this exposes the ship to the influence of magnetic rocks. If iron is used, if any magnetic rocks are there, it will be pulled away. It will be pulled to so influence of magnetic rocks in the sea and brings it within the magnetic field, causing it to sink. The ship may sink. That's why iron should not be used. That's what Bhoja says in Yuktikalpataru. Without using the iron, the planks to be joined. About the protection of aircrafts, it is mentioned that Akasha Panchame Kakshe Vimanas Sancharedyadi Kshatrakola Halajvala Vegat Bhasmi Kritam Bhave Tasmat Tat Pariharaya Raudri Darpanayantrakam offers the required protection. The contrivance called Raudri Darpanayantram offers the required protection, because he says Akasha Panchame Kakshye Vimanas Sancharet Yadi Vimanaha Yadi Akashe Panchame Kakshe Sancharet. So if the aircraft enters the fifth layer of the atmosphere due to strong eddies, it may be damaged. To avoid the damage, Raudri Darpanayantram is to be introduced. It should be fixed because it offers the required protection. So it is mentioned in Yantradikaranam of Vimana Shastra. The fifth layer of the atmosphere corresponds to layer Gharshana Varta of the thermosphere. It is supposed to have a large proportion of ozone and is largely responsible for absorption of the ultraviolet rays. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. These are the different layers. So it is supposed to have, that is Gharshana Varta or the thermosphere, is supposed to have a large proportion of ozone and is largely responsible for the absorption of ultraviolet rays. Even about the rainbows, it is mentioned. Suryasya vividha varnaha pavanena vigattaha karasabdri viyati dhanus samsthana ye dhanus samsthana ye drishyante tadindra dhanu. Cause and effect theory is mentioned that karana bhava, karya bhava, natu karya bhava, karana bhava. In Visheshika Darshana it is mentioned. Applying force less than needed to overcome friction will not make a body to move. A body is to be moved. In today, we can see the test tube baby, IVF. The test tube baby method, these things are being observed. But such examples are being observed during Vedic period. They are the Kumbha yogis. They call it as Kumbha yogi. Kumbhere tassi chatuhu madhyatato jatam prashimahurvasishtham. In Rigveda it is mentioned. Consecrated for the sacrifice, propitiated by praises, Mitra and Varuna poured a common effusion into the water jar from which Agastya and Vasishta were born. Agastya and Vasishta were born through test tube. They are the test tube babies. Mitra and Varuna, the deities mentioned in the Vedas, developed Agastya and Vasishtha in a utensil called Vasativara. A compact abode of liquid. In Mahabharata period, test tube babies were developed. We can see even the Kauravas, they were also being produced through. They are also the Kumbha yogis. Then about the burns for retaining water is also mentioned in our ancient texts. In Ashada, that is July, or Shravana, that is August, the farmers construct small burns for retaining water. If this is not done, seed will not germinate. If this rain is scanty, an attentive farmer constructs these burns in June. If done in September, that is in Bhadrapada Masa, crop will be reduced to half the quantity. If done in Ashwina, that is October, there is no hope of returns whatsoever. So burns to be constructed in July or August, that is in Ashada or Shravana. So such informations are also available from our ancient Indians. Then in Sangeeta Ratnakara, we have the information about the arteries. So it is mentioned, Dhamanyo Rattavahinyah Chaturvimshatiritaha Pulyadhiriva Kedarastadhirdeho Vivardhate. There are 24 arteries that carry the blood. As per Sangeeta Ratnakara, there are 24 arteries that carry the blood. These arteries, they take nutrient blood to different parts of the body for nourishing the body, just as canals take water to farms. There are 24 arteries that carry the blood. These arteries take nutrient blood to different parts of the body for nourishing the body, just as canals take water to farms. So this is how the arteries are mentioned in Sangeeta Ratnakara. Even the blood flow is also being mentioned in Veda Samhita. Prudoraso nissarati tasmadeti jasarvashaha sirave hridayam vaiti tasmat tat prabhavaha siraha. Rasa flows from the heart. Rasa means blood. It flows from the heart and then to all the places. Through the veins, it again reaches the heart. Hrudo raso nisarati tasmadeti cha sarvashah. Siravir hrudayam vayiti tasmat tat prabhavav sira. So this is how it is mentioned in Veda Samhita. The blood circulation, blood flow is explained. For blood circulation, it is mentioned that the very subtle energy from the well-digested blood, the very subtle energy from the well-digested food, aharasya samyak parinatasya yastejo bhutasaraha paramasukshmaha sarasa iti uchyate tasya hridayam sthanam sahridaya chaturvamshati dhamani anupravishya कृष्णं शरीरमहरः तर्पयति वर्धयति धारयति यापयति च अदृष्टहेतुकेन कर्मणा. The very subtle energy from the well-digested food is called rasa, the nourisher liquid. Its place is the heart. Its place is heart. Tasya hridayam sthanam. From the heart through the 24 arteries, it satisfies, nourishes, supports and maintains the entire body day after day, propelled by some unseen act. So, aharasya samyak parinatasya yaha tejo bhutasaraha paramasukshmaha sarasa iti uchyate tasya hridayam sthanam sahridaya chaturvamshati dhamanihi anupravishya कृत्स्नं शरीरम् अहरः तर्पयति वर्धयति धारयति यापयति च अदृष्टहेतुकेन कर्मणा. This is how the blood circulation is explained. So, failing to see the circulation of knowledge in our country is to go away from its heart. So, we should see what is the contribution of ancient Indians to the life science. It's a very interesting topic. Heart diseases are common today, we know. One of the heart diseases is mentioned in Samidhas Sutrasthana, about 500 BCE. Pathology of IHD involves a transit spasm or thickening and narrowing of arteries with the physical deposition of kapha, pitta factors leading to acute pain in the chest, producing breathing difficulty. To preserve the energy voyages and maintain the heart and vessels in good condition, one should avoid worrying, take to diet conducive to heart and channels of circulation, and maintain mental poise. Kapha pitta varuddhastu maruto rasamurchitaha. Kapha pitta varuddhastu maruto rasamurchitaha. Hridistha kurute shulam uchvasarodhakam param. Tanmahata mahamulas tachojah parirrakshita. Pariharya visheshena manaso dukkhahetavaha visheshena pariharya. Hridyam yatasyadyado yasyam strotasam yat prasadanam tat sevyam prayatnena prashamo jnanamevacha Kashamo jnanamevacha tattat sevyam prayatnena. So this is about the heart disease. It is mentioned by Charaka. So like this, we have many information about the ancient Indian science. So in ancient India, they had a very good knowledge about science, there is no doubt, and different aspects were being observed and it was recorded in our texts. So knowing this knowledge really enhances our knowledge, as well as we will be very much proud of our own country and contribution of our own ancestors. So that is the most important thing. What we need to have is we should be very much proud of our own ancestors' contribution to the science. In the life science, it is really wonderful because it is the science about the life. It is the science about the life. And what are the supporting needed for life? Its preservation, its nourishment, its development. So let us have, this is a wide knowledge on ancient Indian life science, and it is not the full stop. There will be a lot of information available in different texts, starting from the Vedas about the life science. So Vedas are the earliest literary sources wherein information about the life science is available. Later we will have such information in other Sanskrit texts. A small information we saw in this series of sessions. So it will be just a beginning what you can have, so that with this little information you will be getting enthusiasm and will be inclined to the studies done by our ancient Indians in the field of life science, both in botany as well as in zoology. With this, let us have the end of this session. That is ancient Indian life science. Dhanyavada.